This is pretty mellow though. We're being Milwaukee.
Okay, I'm doing a get ready with me and an update. Another 10 weeks have passed since and was like, you're not coming to the dance recital, blah, blah, blah. Who even knows why? Oh goodness, you guys, my allergies are horrendous. We woke up here by Ideal Bakery on Milwaukee in the Jefferson Park area. So we were in, I don't even know, by O'Hare, and now we're over here. I'm tired. I haven't gotten much done. I did a water and an earth element photo shoot, but I need to do fire and wind. And I kind of want to redo all of them with a budget. So I'm going to finish it with no budget, and then I'd like to do it with a budget. And get I just have a lot of ideas curated for that. But so that's kind of what I've been doing. I'm tired. Pregnant, grateful, irritated. It's really hard to stay grateful when you feel like your basic needs are not being, respected in any way. So basically what I mean by that is I want to be with my children. As I've said, God gave me a job, and that's to raise my children. And I'm tired of rationalizing that with people. So in case you don't know anything about my story, I've been being targeted randomly since 2019 when my ex came out of prison. I just met him right before he went in. He was a very, very good-looking model type of person with a similar background as I had. And he basically destroyed my life from inside of prison. If this is not, if you're one of those people that's like, oh, she's not taking accountability, what I'd like you to do is just be quiet, because I 100% take accountability, but I also recognize that there are nefarious energies at play here. After all of the coercion that I went through with him, he went behind my back and set up a whole entire reality show with Love After Lockup with the WE network. And planned, after I waited for him nearly 5 years to get out of prison, he planned to humiliate me on national television, put me into trauma, post-traumatic stress disorder. It was humiliating. But we're alive. My home, he was able to keep. I was denied an emergency order of protection, even though he admitted to beating me on camera, because he was given preferential treatment because he was working with the state of Illinois on numerous cases, and probably also the feds. So I keep asking them all, okay, well, you guys want to use him for your shit. Why don't you put him in a place where it doesn't make me homeless? And that's kind of what I've been dealing with. I've been jumped and stabbed. I've been bludgeoned. I've been sexually assaulted. And I've been separated from my children. I met Xavier last year, about 13 months ago, and he said that he was here to protect me from being raped and murdered and exploited, and that his brother worked with the DA. So Xavier, and that he had a condo for us to go to. So,
and that he went to U of I, DePaul Law.
And all this stuff, and then that's when the targeting began. So we were safe for a week, and then literally right after that, they started robbing us again. And, they've robbed us for even our link cards. It has been fucked up. This month, there seems to be a better handle on the link card situation. But I work really hard, and I always have. Since I was 14 years old, I've been employed or doing my own self-employment. That cigarette smells really bad. Could you please not blow it in my face? It's so disgusting. I hate cigarette smell.
You got the jewel right there.
What?
No, that's the one.
So it's basically just been me being moved all around, sleeping outside in a tent. Not because I'm lazy or I can't work or I'm not smart. But because they forced me to be out here. I don't know why. Last year on Valentine's Day, they shut down my Airbnb account. So I've been using Airbnb for about 6 or 7 years. I've spent probably close to $100,000 on hotels and Airbnb. Never with fraud, never with stealing someone's credit card, always with my own cash money. I've worked very hard, my entire life. I've saved. I've literally been employed since I was 14 years old, and it is all gone. And what happens when you contribute to society in that way is that you also pay a lot in taxes. So what happens if you've been contributing all this money to the economy, as have your friends, and now all of a sudden you and all your friends are incapacitated from earning? What happens to the local economy, right? I truly feel like they have taken us for granted in so many ways, and just left us highly vulnerable and exposed to so much abuse, all because of ego and pride, and no one wants to let the case get away, or whoever, lawyers get involved, and wealthy people with large budgets get involved, and shit starts getting really fucking weird. And that's basically what I've been dealing with. But of all the people involved, all of Dylan's friends, no one has kids except for me. And I was never a part of their friend group. They all were always together, and I just would pop up. It's like if there's a show like Friends, I would be Phoebe's brother. Occasionally I'd be there, but for the most part I was not a main character, And it's just frustrating seeing all these people who have genuine involvement and information that they've been providing, to assist in keeping the peace and keeping people eating and et cetera and so forth. And then the innocent ones who don't know shit are getting fucked. It's crazy. It's just insane. So I'm trying really hard to, not give up, but I'm incredibly frustrated. Through all of this shit, I have never stopped working on my productions, never stopped evolving my art, never stopped spending money. And basically, just being hopeful that there is going to be resolution very soon. Let me put things into perspective for you all. I worked at Northwestern Hospital for 7 years, Alexian Brothers Hospital and Gottlieb Hospital. I managed eye clinics. I'm a personal trainer. I did diabetic management. I work out a lot. I feel as though I'm being either sabotaged with some sort of I really don't know how to describe it. I work out a lot, and as much or more than Xavier and I eat the exact same meals. So it's just always really curious to me how they continue to sabotage my body and my mind, and no one does anything. It's just so yuck. It's hater shit as fuck. Why would you want to see someone down when everyone can be up? And that's always been my philosophy, but certain people don't agree. So we're going to go to Chicago Public Libraries today. I'm going to use the computer to try to send out some more emails systemically to more representatives of the state and political figures, under the assumption that maybe there's something wrong with my device. or maybe not something wrong with it, but someone filtering or gatekeeping what messages go out.
It's a military operation with your device. About 200 people on your digital team.
And then I'm also going to try to see if I can apply for aid on the computer. This will be my third or fourth time trying. If anything, we'll just go there in person tomorrow. I just wanted to give it a try here today since we're right near the library. And also, I just woke up super tired and like slow feeling. I've been telling Xavier this. I don't know if you guys heard. There have been wildfires in Canada and also in Hawaii. And he's like, yeah, but that's kind of far away.
It's all part of their plan to ruin the earth.
Regardless, he's like, that's kind of far away. Yeah, it is. But when you take into account that we are burning the earth at such an alarming rate in such large areas, we all share the same air no matter where we are. You know, it mixes all together. So even if it's far away, it's still going to have effects on us. You know, and that's what people are not getting. I don't know if it's that or just the throat congestion that I feel. But I have just been having a real hard time breathing lately, you guys. Real hard time.
That's good.
Yeah. I hate it when he asks me about the clamp. I love these people. Like, these people who give me Danish and coffee. Thank you, dude. What the fuck? People are not nice anymore everywhere you go, you know? So when you find that shit, it's hard for me because I'm so traumatized by the mean people or, like, the people who are awful. Like, what do I mean by that? You guys have no idea. You have no fucking clue. Like, there was this one guy, I call him Decepticon. He straight up looks like the Terminator in an Allied security van, and he's like driving by, and like as he's driving, he's like looking like this. Look, so he's like driving, he's like, the car is moving, but in unison with the car moving, his head is going like this, you know, and like just staring like into you, like, whoa, bro, this shit was crazy. Nothing happened, you know, with it. It's just they're intimidating, and when you constantly have no choice but to be on the defense, it starts like wearing on your soul, you know. Especially when you're like a nice person. Otherwise, like, you just want to say back the fuck off, you know. It's just fucking treacherous. But yeah, that's my plan for today. I've never received, has anyone in the audience ever received cash benefits? I've never ever in my life received any sort of cash benefits. So I'm hoping that they could give us some cash benefits at the aid office when we go tomorrow. Because we have nowhere to live, and there's a motel right here that rents single rooms for $200 a week. So it's like just one single room, you know? It's not like an apartment, but still, I can't fucking take it anymore. And at least there I'd be able to decorate and sit down and do arts and crafts and like light candles everywhere. And, you know, have more regular phone video chatting with my children and just stuff like that. Because this situation is incredibly difficult, you know, and I'm not an idiot. And I'm not, you know, challenged in any way. I'm incredibly intelligent and gifted in many different ways. So if I'm having such a difficult time, it really poses the question, what type of unrealistic expectation has society placed on the entire demographic of homeless people who are not educated, who have no idea what the fuck is going on in the world, you know, of technology or employment. And by continuing to allow these people to be ignored and, you know, cast out, what type of a war are we waging on each other and on our There are neighborhoods that begin to deteriorate and the amount of prosperous businesses dwindle down. When that happens, there's less law enforcement that goes to those areas. There's less of a police response that goes to those areas. There are strength in numbers when it comes to doing business in an underserved community. Remember that. From sitting in the tent, my shoulders are like haunching forward. I have to keep reminding myself, don't make yourself little, Heather. Sit with good posture, extend your spine. I don't know what color to do. I don't know why I've been feeling witchy the last like 3-4 days. I do believe in God. I have no idea where Xavier went. Oh, there he is. I found him.
Coffee tastes like milk.
I like it. So yeah, that's the plan. We're going to go to the library. I'm going to log into that ABE or DHS or whatever the hell it's called and see if online they can give me cash or whatever. See if they do those WIC stamps or coupons or whatever the fuck they've done. I have not accepted aid like that since I was pregnant with my babies. So I have not been to an office like to accept aid. And I've never had cash. So pray for me that I get approved for the cash, whatever aid. And like I said, even if we get into a hotel room 2 weeks a month and Xavier has to literally stand in the street begging strangers for the other $200 a week, like, so fucking be it. Right, babe?
On Milwaukee.
On Milwaukee. So if you guys want, I want to put Xavier permanently at the Six Corners. I'm asking for sponsors. I'm passing out.
Six Corners.
I'm in Portage Park, Six Corners, passing out educational material. I really like this neighborhood. It's a family neighborhood. I like it to stay safe and drug-free.
Except we have the cannabis right here.
Marijuana is not a drug. Marijuana is not a
CBD.
drug. Let's have this conversation. So you guys want to have a conversation? Let's fucking do it. How many times?
Sick.
How many times have you read a police blotter that's like, man high on marijuana went out and started some problems? The answer is never. Because if the man is high on marijuana, the man is relaxing in his house and he is eating snacks, you know, or maybe he's chilling in his car, cruising around with his friends or whatever. The last person that's going to pick a fucking fight is the man high on marijuana. The man high on cocaine, the man high on meth, the man high on, what other drugs are there? Mescalines. Whatever.
Speed.
Maybe those will be the guys that are causing problems. Am I right or am I wrong?
Speed freaks.
But they want to keep on fucking talking about marijuana like it's a problem. Marijuana has never been the problem. The problem has always been the targeting.
The U.S.
government. It's the International States of America now.
So we're using the Morphe palette. I don't even remember, Abby Roberts. And I'm doing 505 in my crease. I'm going to do a cut crease with some silver. And that's going to be that. I have no idea.
People just have a physical reaction to our cancer. I think it's the greatest thing I've ever seen.
Xavier and I were talking about love languages today. He was like, you don't even care about my love language. I'm like, what is your love language? He's like, refuse to tell me. Oral sex is not a love language. Like, or maybe it is. Maybe it is for someone who's brainwashed, but it's definitely not my love language. And in a person who's survived sexual assault, you have to be very sensitive to that. A lot of you know my background with that. It's very fucked up. It's taken me a really long time to even get comfortable with Xavier or go to him for emotional support. Now it's like if he's not there because he's been so consistent with it, I feel like I literally melt like a stick of butter in the pan, like just all over the floor, like into a sad, like crying, like, oh my God, it's awful. Like I used to be so independent. Now he's gotten me so emotionally just comfortable with being supported. Oh my God. Well, I mean, I was by myself in the street. I was being assaulted and robbed. Like, it was terrifying. I'm not a street person. I'm from the suburbs. I have no fucking clue how to be a street person. They're trying to make me. I don't like it. I don't even know. I put my setting powder in there. Babe, can I have some paper towel, please?
Are you doing a Barbie girl thing?
No, I'm doing a cut crease. No, I can't. I mean, the climate changes like this. They put in a group of people who are so just awful. Morally, they have absolutely no values. Intellectually, they have no education, no people skills, no intelligence, they're completely ignorant. They don't do fact finding. They don't gather fact. They don't care to gather fact. They have no idea what's going on, but they just sit there behind their keyboard, angry, ugly, and probably not being fed.
Single.
Because who's mean? People who are not being paid attention to, people who have no love, who have no support, or people who are being targeted. So I will receive several weeks of people being like, oh my God, this is so fucked up. We're totally on your side. We've gone through all your facts. And then literally without anything happening, nothing else changes. It's like those people are cut off and put into a group. And then they open it to some new people who are literally old people who just made recycled accounts and start saying the same fucking used up, stale ass, uncreative, just awful rhetoric and narrative that you could ever even imagine. It's like, ill. You don't even get an A for effort. You get an F. An F for loser. I mean, I'm just kidding. But I'm not, though. I'm being dead ass. As mean as I am, like when someone is intentionally doing something to me, I am the sweetest person ever. And I'm really fucking tired of you guys. Not the ones of you who have been here, but the ones of you who I block and then you go create another account and come back. Go away. Like, why are you here? And the answer for anyone who's genuinely wondering is because they are desperately seeking to control the narrative. So if you guys are here on part of the investigative team, if people are desperately trying to control the narrative, understand that they need to control the narrative. Why? Because if you control the narrative, you're in charge of everyone's perspective around you, right? So and this is a higher level of thinking that most of the people in the comments are not gonna get or understand. Just based on the hateful, what do I base that off of? I'm not trying to be rude. People who truly understand that, they're not in people's comments talking shit to them. So that's what I mean by that. If you're hearing these comments talking shit, you probably won't get this. But at the end of the day, the point is investing into situations always works out better than causing harm and detriment. And that's just all there is to it. Hold on, I have to get my setting powder. No, it hasn't been 4 hours. No, it's 10 a.m.
It's been like 3 hours since we were going to leave.
Yeah, that's true. But then I decided we wouldn't go today. Did you Google another library location?
Yeah.
Please?
Listening to the cars.
But yeah, so the targeting's been really bad for Xavier and I lately. It started about 12 weeks ago. For anyone who's actually really been a fan, you guys know that Xavier and I usually get along wonderfully. Like, he treats me like his baby, and he's just very nice to me and makes me feel safe. 12 weeks ago, Xavier put his hands on me for the first time. I know it wasn't him. You guys don't understand. We've been together 13 months. We've been pregnant together twice. Our first set of babies, twins, passed away at 5 months. I had to deliver them by hand in an Airbnb. It's been incredibly difficult. So to know that a person has your back so hard and then all of a sudden is just gone and has been replaced with someone who is treacherous to deal with. Why are they treacherous to deal with? They're just mean. I don't know. He put his hands on me for the first time. Xavier would never, ever put his hands on me. He just wouldn't do it. He's a nice person. He's caring. He's compassionate. He's patient. Above all else. So usually Xavier, if you've been following me, usually Xavier would pack up my tents and all my supplies within like the first 10 minutes of us being up. We'd be ready to go. I help. I fold up the blankets, put them away. But it's like the new Xavier, whoever has like this nasty, nefarious hold over Xavier, he doesn't do shit. He's super lazy. And anytime I ask him for something, he just plays in his hair.
I used to comb my hair all day long. When I lived in downtown neighborhood. I had a basement apartment on Chicago Avenue that had a walkout porch. On like a really big hill.
That looks good.
It was near North Central College.
So for anyone who wasn't there Sunday, we went to go shoot the water shoot for the Elements shoot. If you guys don't follow my production page, go to GoPro Solo ENT and follow that page. I've been working on my art since I was a little girl. My medium has changed multiple times. So I've always kind of been very artistic and creative. But we were in Schiller Park. I was going out to see my children and drop off some groceries over there. And we get there. I drop off the groceries. And then we kind of stayed out there in that area. The next day, we went to Schiller Park because there's a park there with a gazebo.
Do they know that you were savaged?
And that's what I'm telling them.
Oh
And
my
it's
God.
right outside the police station. So I felt safe. I'm like, okay, cool. Like, let's go there. There's also a fountain. So it matched the water theme for the photo shoot that I was shooting. So we go out there, and literally within a few minutes of arriving, the cops show up. And I like immediately, I'm like, are you serious? I'm like, look, it is 3 p.m. on a Sunday, a Sunday. We are sitting in a well-lit public park, minding our own business. We just arrived. Nothing has taken place. I'm like, are you harassing us? Are you following us? You know, what is it that you need? And the guy's like, basically like, fuck you, refuses to speak with me. I'm not talking, I'm talking to him, he says. And goes up to Xavier. And that's what they always do. Like, they won't address me in any way because they know that they could feed Xavier with lies and bullshit and make him just like go along with it. Like, they'll take Xavier to the side and like say something nasty or weird to him, and then all of a sudden he's scared to tell the truth. And like to the body cam, he'll be like, yeah, they gave us resources, even though they most certainly did not. So I try to always look out for Xavier whenever I can. Sometimes they threaten to like grab me, and I think that's what happened that day. So I'm like, no, you don't need to talk to him. I'm like, you could talk to me. I'm like, I have several lawsuits pending for harassment by various law enforcement agencies. I'm like, I also know a lot of good cops. If there's something you need to say, I'm very articulate, and we can discuss, whatever you need. I know, I saw. They're like, we're not talking to you. Fuck you, literally. Then the third cop, he was like a shorter Hispanic guy. He goes, and this is on one of my videos on the water one. So I'm recording this. I'm recording content right now, but I'm working, so you'll have to come back.
Just to let you guys,
So,
just to let you guys
anyways,
know.
I'm laying there I do the whole complete 5-hour water shoot. I'm on a conference call right now, so I'm
Excuse me,
working.
I'm here on a police matter right now. that
Oh,
concerns
okay. Well,
you.
I'm on a conference call,
So
ma'am.
this goes first.
Did I do something wrong?
Yes.
Okay, what was
You have all
that?
your property all over the public way.
No, I just have it right here. I'm not
So
blocking
you
the
need to
roadway in
move
any
on
way.
and you can finish your conference call.
I'm not blocking the public in any way.
You're on the public way.
I'm not obstructing.
You are on a sidewalk.
Correct. And so since I pay taxes, it's legal for me to sit on the sidewalk.
You're not sitting on the sidewalk. You're camped out on the sidewalk.
No, I'm not camped out on the sidewalk.
because
I'm
you
just sitting
took
on the
down-
sidewalk.
Just because you just now or a few minutes ago took down your tent.
So if
that
I get
saw
up and cross the
earlier,
street and sit down, am I camped out on the sidewalk?
You're camped out.
So if
You
I
have all your
move,
belongings
so
here.
you're
I don't know
saying,
where you
so
guys
hold
are
on,
from.
so you're saying that
You
if
guys
I move, I'm still camped out and that I'm not permitted to sit down on the sidewalk.
Do you understand what's going on? I saw you
Officer
guys
Piccolo,
earlier.
PICC,
I'll write everything down for you if you want.
Jefferson Park,
Why do you
18th
want me to
District,
interrupt you?
um,
I'll write
blonde
everything
hair,
down for you. You're on
big with
camera,
glasses
too.
and a rectangle,
A rectangle?
packed everything
white
up.
nail polish,
Yeah,
approximately
so-
5'6.5".
Please be careful on the weight.
I'm not going to
very
guess your weight, ma'am,
sensitive
but
about that.
you standing over me is causing me an incredible amount of anxiety. If you wouldn't mind giving me another foot, that'd be greatly appreciated.
Anxiety? Do you need an ambulance?
No, I just need you to back up. I've done nothing wrong, and you're standing over me.
I'm not gonna shout, because the bus is been
Would you mind moving a little to the right? Because
I do mind.
you're making me
I'm
uncomfortable,
right here.
and I'm communicating that to you in a very nice way.
And you're free to leave.
Okay,
And
would you
I'm
mind backing up so that I could
communicating
gather my belongings
that
and
to
go?
you in a nice way.
You're not.
So, I know
You're
the
absolutely
tents are
not.
down, okay?
This is what we've been dealing with. So anyways, Schiller Park, I do a complete
So,
photo shoot. They
you guys
say,
cannot be
after
out
saying,
there.
I refuse to tell you what's going on, they
Got
say,
cosmetics.
your belongings, if they're here alone,
someplace
a
that's
trash can will take them.
Someone.
I'm just
This is
warning
a
you.
public way.
Don't leave any of your photo shoot equipment here. Don't leave any of your clothing here.
Are you
Don't leave
guys
anything
together,
here.
or is this just
So I'm like, okay, no problem.
Okay. Do you guys
And they
need
leave.
shelter?
Anyways, back to Schiller Park. I'm doing a complete photo shoot. You guys can load it. I did it in real time, so I'm shooting in real time in Schiller Park.
Do you have the address?
The police who say just don't leave your things there or it will be trashed, that are so full of shit. This is what they do. Listen to what they're doing. So they say the same bullshit. They're all being charged. Every one of these officers is involved in a corruption trap. Every single one of them. The ones that put their hands on me, not only do they lose their job, they go to prison. So I'm tired of being involved. It's not fun for me. I want nothing to do with it. I don't like proving over and over that we pay taxes to support law enforcement who treat people in ways that are inhumane. I don't like proving that. As a matter of fact, I just woke up to this fact within the last 3 years. So you can see this woman is literally standing 2 feet away from me. I've asked her very nicely to stand back. I've committed no, crimes or no violations of the law. She's by herself, literally towering over me while I sit here like this, talking to you and doing my makeup. This is a stranger to me. She's walked into my life 5 minutes ago, but she's already telling us we have issues, that we are violating the law sitting on a public sidewalk, and numerous other very, very offensive things within 5 minutes of meeting me. How do you walk up to someone on the street and tell them that there is something wrong with them? Excuse me, ma'am, you don't know me. I'm pretty sure you're overweight and probably completely out of, the realm of what's normal and what's socially acceptable and also what's lawful, because I have a printout from Chicago police that say as long as we are not disrupting the walkway, we are not committing any crimes. So I have literally 6 or 7 different officers on video. If you guys want to go over my YouTube, and I'm going to tag that here in the comments as well. Literally 6 or 7 who have given me a printout saying you're doing nothing wrong as long as you are not obstructing the walkway. So as long as people can still get by, you are allowed to sit on the sidewalk. You are allowed to take breaks. You are pregnant. You are allowed to relax. You are allowed to do your makeup. You are allowed, man. You are not violating any laws. You are allowed. You are doing nothing wrong. You are allowed, right? So back to Schiller Park. This is basically what it is, except they're just really nasty. We get a sponsored pizza from Uno's, and he goes to pick up the pizza from Uno's. They literally wait for him to leave, approach me with gloves on, 3 of them. Put hands on me. This is all harassment. It's all going to be included in the lawsuit, every single part of it. Grab me, tell me I'm laying down in a fenceless position on my yoga mat, which I carry with me right here. Meditating, because meditating apparently is illegal now, you guys. How dare you use your brain or rest it? How dare you? Self-care. How dare you? I'm laying there in a defenseless position, meditating. And this man comes, he's probably 21 years old, if that. Get up right now. They all have gloves on. I go to a standing position. Again, I'm 14 weeks pregnant. Grabs me by my arms, slams me down on the ground. I'm sorry, are you a medical professional? Because what you're doing right now is violating my Health Insurance Portability Accountability Act. I don't even know this man. I met him 13 months ago. Everything you guys are discussing about me is weird. Why don't you deal with him away from me? Because the lies that he's telling about me are irrelevant. I don't know you. I don't want to know you. Anyways, so this is harassment, ma'am. I would like to press charges. Would you mind filling out a complaint against yourself?
51,
it's not funny. I'm being completely serious.
I'm gonna arrest myself. Now, I don't know.
I mean, is that not your job?
You need to act your age.
If I were harassing innocent people on the side of the street, would I not be? Right. You are right. You're not doing anything wrong. This is sick. This is sick. Add this all to the lawsuit. Of course, there are tons of places to go. We're doing nothing wrong sitting on the sidewalk, and I would like you to please back away from me while I pack up my belongings.
Yeah, sure.
Press charges. Yes. My lawyer is Nick Albuquerque. Nick Albuquerque. In 2019, Nick Albuquerque was also included in some targeting where we were both used to convict corrupt police officers. And as we all know, CPD is the largest street gang in existence. So all of this has been very well documented beginning in 2015 when Detective David Shepard, was charged and convicted with sexual harassment against a witness. I have been included in these cases whether I want to be or not since 2015, and now I'm pregnant. So have you guys ever seen that Lululemon bag that says 90% of illness is stress-induced? So the way that our law enforcement here, who take home a paycheck to serve and protect, like to treat other humans, is apparently by chasing them around while they're halfway done with their makeup, insinuating that they have some sort of deficit, and then talking to their husband as if they're offering some sort of useful information when in actuality they're going through the motions using the stale rhetoric from 2012. We're in 2023. Do you need medical care, ma'am? You look a little swollen.
If you don't want anything from me now, you know what's
We want to press charges, but she won't write a citation against herself. So I guess if you're a cop, you're allowed to break the law and harass innocent people, and there's nothing that we can do about it, right, society? We don't think that's right, do we? I mean, it's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. Here's my biggest thing. If you're going to force me to continue to be a part of it and be affected by it, then why aren't you holding these people accountable on camera just as you're humiliating me on camera? Why don't you show the back end of this? Why don't you show more than just me being harassed? Why don't you restore people's faith in justice, in democracy, in society? Why don't you do that with the content? This is 5-8 years of harassment all on camera. And how much have we seen of what's been done in response? How many solutions have been posted? I mean, go through. I have one Heather GEE account. None of this is a charade for me. I'm not acting. I do want to press charges. I am being denied my right to press charges and citate this woman. So again, on camera, you have seen me here sitting by myself in a 3-foot area, if that, pregnant, fixing my makeup, being harassed by a stranger who claims to be law enforcement, standing over me, making fun of me, saying numerous ignorant things. You guys can hear it all, correct? Offering no resources, just running her mouth as per usual. And that's it. Like I said, it's fucking disgusting. I'm doing my makeup and giving an interview here saying I'm about to go to the library and print out my resume, use my 10 free prints, blah, 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 blah. I'm in the middle of a cut crease. I have my under eye baking. Like, I've been living this life for 4 years. What the fuck? If you think that you can do better, then by all means, please do. But if not, get off of my back. Thank you so much. Stop stalking me. Thank you so much. I don't want you around me. Like, I don't know what's difficult to understand about that. And I hope to God that someday one of these fucking losers finds themselves pregnant, which they won't because they're miserable and miserable to be around. But I hope that one of these days they find themselves pregnant and uncomfortable and needing to take a seat and fix their makeup. And instead of being embraced, they are harassed by law enforcement. And they lose 100% faith in authority because that's where I'm at. So, I'm not talking to you, ma'am. It doesn't matter. I haven't denied that. And it doesn't matter. No, I didn't. I said I'm not camped out. This is how the police look in Chicago. This is how the police look in Chicago. It's disgusting. It's truly disgusting. Don't you have murderers or rapists or anyone else to deal with?
That's where I was going when I saw you guys here earlier this morning.
Okay, so you decided to just stop me from doing my makeup rather than going and pursuing a rapist? Called on me for sitting here doing my makeup quietly. Okay, but we haven't been camped out for at least 2.5 hours. 2.5 hours ago. Which we were.
It's not allowed.
Yes, it is allowed. It is allowed, and I have a handwritten ordinance by 6 different officers stating that it is allowed. If it isn't allowed, why don't you give us a resource? So why don't you give us a resource?
And you're very loud.
Why don't you give us a resource?
I'm here to ask you guys to move along.
Do you see, this is the same thing every single time. There are no resources offered. There is an excessive amount of harassment. So where are they, ma'am? Do you think that any person would voluntarily? I don't deal with him. If you want to deal with someone, deal with me. He's clearly the weaker one. As I said, if there were some resources, then why don't you offer them?
I did.
You didn't. Where are they? I'll gladly take them here on camera. Okay, you know what, ma'am? I apologize. I must have taken you wrong. Can you please hand me the resources?
Do you not have an appointment?
I don't know. Can you please give me the resources that you're discussing?
And I'll ask you, do you guys need
Where are the resources?
Do you need a shelter?
Yes. Can you please give me one?
Then you go down to 5150.
Do you see this?
And there's a phone there that you can call Department of
That's a lie.
Service. No, it's not.
Yes, it
And
is.
they come pick you up.
That's a lie.
That is not a lie.
Yes, it is.
That's what they do.
Nope, they don't.
Yes. Well, if they're not picking you
How
up,
long have you been an officer here, ma'am?
Maybe there's another reason.
How long have you been an officer here, ma'am?
Maybe there's another reason why they.
Can I ask how long you've been an officer here, ma'am?
5151 North Milwaukee. You call human.
Can I ask what your professional experience is?
interrupted.
Do you have any psychology experience? Human services? Social services?
Phone. Call human.
What's your background, ma'am?
Tell them all the belongings
You guys see how close this woman is walking up to me, right? When I've asked her, like, repeatedly. I'm literally sitting here doing nothing, doing my makeup. You guys see my makeup half done? Literally drinking a coffee, sitting here peacefully. This is an abandoned CVS. It's been shut down for about 10 years. And this is how wide the sidewalk is. Get a license plate. So literally this nice person here came out and gave us free Danish and coffee. Said nothing about leaving. There's no mess here. You see, there's no trash anywhere. Everything here is nicely cleaned up. Xavier, is that your paper towel? Can you please clean up your paper towel? Thank you so much. And unlock the bikes. So yeah, it's pretty trashy. It's pretty sad. It's pretty despicable. But we definitely need something new because this is not working for anyone. Now, if this is the way law enforcement is treating someone who looks like me, what do I mean by that? Someone who's not dirty, someone who's not injecting, someone who is not addicted, and they feel so compelled to treat me this way. Imagine how they're treating people who are just out here like dying, literally. Like, this is sick. I'm in the middle of my makeup, so don't judge me. I'll show you guys the finished product. But this is what I've been dealing with almost every day, at least one of 2 days for the past several years. Can you imagine living this way? I have 3 children to babysit. It is not my job to parent and babysit the world. It is not my job. It is not my job. It is not my job. Why do you think that it's acceptable to literally follow me around from neighborhood to neighborhood and harass me for 4 years? Why do you think it's acceptable to how do you think that morally, ethically, or lawfully this is acceptable? And this is the only response that I've gotten. The only response that I've gotten. So that's why, yes, I will back up internal affairs over whatever this is. Any fucking day. Because as I said, if I, a person who has a college education, no matter what, I clean myself up, I'm pregnant. Look at this. If me sitting here doing my makeup, minding my own business is getting this response from law enforcement, as I said before, imagine the abuses that they are able to do to other people who don't have a cell phone or can't go live or can't get the word out. So that's really what happened in this country, is that it's never been a perfect system. It's been a very flawed system. It's just that the people who are the biggest bullies, the law enforcement, they do it to people with no voice. They do it to people with no papers. They do it to people with criminal records. I don't have any of that. No criminal record, a great voice, the ability to articulate, an education. So now what? And at the end of the day, that's where the conversation ends every single time.